All right, everyone, welcome back to episode 36 of Orlando Out of Context. I'm Brian.
I'm Stephanie.
It's been a long time.
It's been a minute.
6 weeks almost. It's been crazy. Work's been crazy. We've had some visitors. My mom came.
T-Money?
T-Money came. She doesn't know we call her that. But mom came. Our friend Alini came. And then I've been crazy at work, and then I went to Brazil, and now we're here.
We just had our first official Orlando Out of Context board meeting.
We hadn't had a board meeting since the beginning, so it was nice to have a little board meeting. We
regrouped. We talked about some of our goals and frustrations, and we just made some plans for the future. So
we're back. So make sure, I haven't done this in a long time, so I'm going to have to read it.
Just close your eyes like you say, like you think works best.
Please follow us on Instagram at Orlando Out of Context. Visit us at orlandooutofcontext.com, and you can listen and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Play. So welcome to episode 36. Again, this is the rundown of the show. We're going to talk about the Gaylord resort, their spa there. We went and had an experience there at their spa and their adult pool. We went to Tartini, which is like an Italian place. It's famous for a way that they prepare
pizzeria and Italian food on their Instagram.
Yes. So we have a report for you about that location. Then we're going to talk a little bit about Garden Theater. We have a promotion code for you. You can get 15% off tickets for the rest of this season. We have that promotion code for you. Stick around, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Then we're going to talk about an event we went to called Party at the Point, which was put on by Visit Orlando, which I really enjoyed. I thought it was good. It was a good value. We're going to talk about, I have opinion of why it's such a good value. And then we have steakhouses you have to try in Orlando. This is a short list of 5, and we chose different price ranges,
price points,
different locations. I think that there's a good mix of steakhouses that you should try in Orlando. First, I want to start out by doing a shout out. Thank you to Tom over on Instagram. He reached out to us and sent us such a nice message. Tom, and I think Tom and his wife listen to us, and they're over in the UK. So thank you so much, Tom.
Your message came to us at a good time.
Yes.
You know, we needed some encouragement.
Yes. And thank you to Carla, who I met in Brazil. While I was in Brazil, I met one of our listeners, and it was nice to meet her. And I snapped a picture with her. We'll have to post it maybe on our
I saw it feed. On the story.
Yeah, it was on the story. But thank you to Carla for listening. And we're going to try to make an attempt
Did you meet the Pochechi guy?
No.
He wasn't there?
He wasn't there.
Bummer.
No. But it was a lot of fun meeting one of our listeners who I had never met before. So that was cool. So let's talk about the Gaylord. The Gaylord has a spa called Relash.
It has like one of those little fancy...
Spell it for them.
Relache, but the A has a little
triangle on top?
Triangle on top.
Whatever that's called.
Relash.
So a language expert can tell us what that little triangle on top of the A means and how we should pronounce. But I think it's Relash.
Relash.
Whatever.
It looks French, maybe?
They had Alini was here, our friend from Brazil. She was here, and we decided to do a spa day. And I think this was a Travel Zoo.
Yeah, Travel Zoo
deal. Once again, Travel Zoo.
We love you.
Yeah, we love you, and you should be, giving us, some free stuff. Anyway, they had a coupon.
A coupe.
So we all decided that we were going to have a spa day at Relash.
It was beautiful. I really liked it.
This, I think, out of all of the spas that I've been to in Orlando, is the closest to a Vegas.
This goes to number 2.
This is the closest to a Vegas.
My Orlando list.
Yes, this is the closest to a Vegas spa, in my opinion. Even a little bit in terms of the layout, it's a little bit above the Ritz in terms of like a layout. I think the quality at the Ritz is better. The quality at Four Seasons is better as well in terms of like the environment and the atmosphere, but the layout and the size of Relash is good. Is great. I think it's great. And I enjoyed it.
Was the question that we always ask
did they
about
touch
your
your
massage,
butt?
did they touch your butt?
No, I don't think she.
Alini said they touched her butt.
They touched her butt? Okay.
Nobody touched my butt.
The massage was... Oh, you know what the problem was?
That was the little hands massage.
She had little hands. And I kind of made a vow that I don't think I'm going to do the female masseuse? Masseur. Therapist. We'll just say therapist. Because her hands were small. And she was like poking.
Yeah, you need maybe a bigger hand.
So
my massage was really nice because the last time I got a massage, I was like paralyzed the next day for whatever reason. I was like in so much pain, but this massage was perfect. I didn't feel that way the next day.
Yeah, it was good, but
we also got some add-ons. So they offered us when we checked in that we could add on a hot oil scalp treatment, which Alini and I did, which I immediately regretted.
Because your hair doesn't handle the oil.
It felt good, but it's like, so in the middle of the massage, she just put some towels like around my forehead and around my ears. And then all of a sudden, I just feel like this hot oil just drip. Like she poured a whole cup on my head and I just feel it dripping. And I was like, oh God, because it just takes me like 80 washes to get oil out of my hair.
Right.
And
it was interesting because your hair after and Alini's hair after, like, it was a big difference because you both got the same thing, but your hair, you could tell there was oily, but Alini's wasn't as bad. So how many days did it take you to get all that oil
It took me 5 washes with a clarifying shampoo.
Clarifying.
And if those of you who don't know beauty products, clarifying shampoo is a shampoo you should use about once a week, and it's made to kind of break down all, maybe if you use a lot of product,
right?
It's, will strip your hair. You don't want to use it every time, but
you used it 5 times.
5 washes in a row.
And then I got the stones, and I would have to say that it's probably the best use of stones that I've ever had in a massage because she really worked the stones because her hands were so like small. Is that is that being insensitive towards her hands? I don't know.
No,
but
I don't think
she had small little hands, but she knew how to work those stones, and she refreshed, which sometimes they don't refresh the stones enough, and then they go cold. But she refreshed them several times. And so I did appreciate that. Definitely like the layout of their spa. Then after the spa, we went out to the adult pool.
And this is where shit went south.
Well, first, before we go negative, I will say in a positive way, I do like the adult pool in terms it's a nice size. It does remind me a little bit of Vegas. It's like a nice
It's very long.
Which is nice. It's
it would be a nice lap pool.
Yeah, it's very substantial. It's a nice place where you could chill with friends and just talk, which we did.
But it's set right up against the main pool, so you can hear like all.
But
the
I
stuff
thought
that
that could have been way worse. It could have been worse. I thought it was going to be noisier than it was, but it was okay. Our problem came when we ordered food. The food, the service wasn't so good. They were having really a challenge with service, and then I thought the food wasn't that good.
What did I get? I got a chicken fajita.
But I think the service just kind of fell flat. I probably wouldn't eat at the pool again. I would eat somewhere else.
We were thinking that this would be a good opportunity, like if you were going to have a spa day, you know, you have your spa day, take a shower, dress, and then go ahead and partake in one of the nice restaurants.
At
because
the Gaylord.
some of the restaurants, there's maybe 5 or 6 sit-down restaurants. And some of them, not all of them. Well, anyhow, you get validated for parking for the spa. Anyhow. So that would give you the chance to explore the resort, eat at the restaurant on free parking.
Exactly.
Don't go to the pool
because
bar.
you know we've talked about their parking in the past, I think. Because with the
we're still paying off the loan for when we went to see Ice.
Yeah, when we went to see Gaylord's Ice, and
that really set us back.
Their parking, but when you go to the spa, the parking's validated. So yeah, I agree with Stephanie. I think that it's great for a spa day. Hang out by the pool if you want,
and then have an evening dinner.
Yeah,
or maybe a snack at the pool. But just go up to the bar. Don't wait for somebody. Don't mess around with those people.
The surface was just, it wasn't good.
But also something we found at the spa, they have memberships. And
this is great.
This membership really, if you have it in your budget and you like to treat yourself.
This is a pro tip.
I mean, so for $275 a month, you get 1 monthly spa credit of $155, which is basically a massage or a facial.
Yeah, you could get a massage or facial.
After 6 months of keeping your membership, you get a 1-night stay.
Per year. That's cool.
And then per year, you get 1 adult and 2 children's tickets to see Ice, which is their Christmas
That's a great deal
event.
as well, because, you know, it's not cheap to go see Ice.
You get, we learned that the hard way.
If you add all this stuff up on this list, it's not that bad.
You get per month 1 complimentary guest pass to the spa. So, you know, those days that you have your treatments, you can take your friend with you, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, and they can enjoy the amenities while you get your treatment. Unlimited access to the fitness center. Unlimited
I don't know if it's 24/7 or not.
It doesn't say.
But can you imagine parking's included with this monthly rate too? Probably.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't really say, but
I'm
it
sure
probably
parking
is.
It has to be.
Unlimited use of the lounge, the locker rooms, the sauna, the steam room. It says 10,000 reward points at membership sign up. I don't know what the point. It doesn't really say anything about points. 25% discount on additional spa services, 15% on salon, 10% discount on spa merchandise, and food and beverage. And then it says additional day passes for the spa are $30 each.
I think that's great.
So,
but basically,
any day you want to go hang out at the pool, hang out in the spa in the steam room.
Basically, you treat this like a country club.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Ritz-Carlton has something similar, but I think you have to pay, it's like $600 something plus a month to be a member at the Ritz-Carlton spa. But
maybe it includes golf.
Yeah, it could include more, but for $275 a month, I think you're getting a pretty good value. Yeah, this is great. So, pro tip, take a look at the Relâche Spa membership.
Oh, and their showers. I don't know what we talked about the shower. I really like the showers. They had the fancy shower with the color. You could choose the colors. It had
it's kind of like
a rainforest, and it shot me on both sides. My ass was nice and clean.
It kind of is
the cheeks were clean.
It's like an experience.
Yeah.
An experience shower.
There were like 2 heads, like one head at the top, one head at the bottom, and then one right over my head.
Full body.
Everything was clean.
All right, so that was Gaylord. Definitely recommend that spa. Head over there, check it out. It's my number 2 spa. Ritz is number 1.
Yes, Gaylord, I would agree with that.
Gaylord is number 2. Four Seasons is probably number 3. I think the Four Seasons could have been larger. Well, that's a whole different topic that I could talk a lot about. But anyway, so the next thing we did with Alini during her visit, or one of the things we did, is we went to Tartini. So Tartini is a place, I think Stephanie found them initially on our Instagram, and we really were attracted to them because they're social media, and Stephanie will tell you why and what the unique thing they do.
So Tartini is a stylish pizza and Italian kitchen, genuine Italian wood-fired oven pizza. And, you know, they just have one of these Instagrams where they're always like, they have this big wheel of cheese and they like light it on fire.
Parmesan cheese.
You know, they do all this stuff. So it's like, oh man, that's like somewhere I want to be, right?
Yeah.
Which is what Instagram is all about.
So the idea is that they have the Parmesan wheel, they light it on fire with alcohol, and they basically carve a hole into it and they mix the pasta in the at table side. They mix it right there by the table. They mix it with the Parmesan cheese in the Parmesan cheese wheel, and then they serve you your pasta.
But kind of the problem that I had was that she wouldn't let us order what we wanted. So we wanted to order a few different things so that we could each try, like, because it was a lot. Like, I wanted to try that, but I'm not eating all that pasta. I don't eat pasta anymore. That's not part of my life anymore. I just wanted to try it because, I wanted to try the cheese. I've never seen cheese like that in a big wheel. And here I'm thinking it will taste, they're saying genuine Italian. And then, you wanted to get pizza or garlic knots or something. Mm-hmm. But then they were saying that you're not allowed to share. But it's like, well, if I order the pasta and then you order the pizza, who are you to tell me that I can't give my pasta to someone else?
Yeah, it was just kind of a weird...
Because at the end of the day, we ended up all ordering the pasta, and it was so much. It was way too much. I ended up throwing almost all of it away.
Yeah, we should all just ordered our own thing and then just tasted each other's things. But... So I thought that the restaurant was kind of run down as well. On the Instagram, it looked perfect. It looked nice. And this is kind of one of those lessons about Instagram where what you see isn't always what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And even though it looks really fun and nice on social media, I feel like the pasta, there wasn't that much cheese incorporated into the pasta, and it just kind of fell flat for me. So I personally don't really recommend this place. It's kind of off the beaten path as well.
Yeah.
Go check out their Instagram and make your own decision and see if it's something you want to try. But
I didn't like the taste of it. You were telling me it's because of the alcohol.
Well, there was definitely a strong alcohol.
I don't know. I just didn't like it.
It was alcohol. So.
Though the garlic knots we had,
were good. They were good
because when you smell them and you look at them, you're like, oh my god, I'm going to be tasting garlic for 2 years. But
so I'm wondering,
they were good.
I'm wondering if their pizza is actually good because the table over next, it wasn't full either. I think there was maybe 2 other parties there, and the table over next to us, that was closest to us, the party closest to us, they had ordered pizza.
Maybe we should give it a second chance. Maybe if we're ever in that area.
But I will have to say, so in comparison, when I was in Brazil, did you see my story where I went to a restaurant that did something similar with it was so good.
So much better. Was it the same kind of cheese?
Same. It was Parmesan cheese. So same idea. They carve out the hole, they light the alcohol on fire, and they start scooping the cheese. But he really went in for the cheese. I saw
he was going for it.
He went to town on that cheese, and it was very great. It was creamy.
That's what I felt. I just didn't taste enough cheese for the. I'm thinking it's going to be just slathered in cheese, and I didn't really taste cheese at all.
I agree. The tartini just didn't have enough cheese, but the one in Brazil did. So the concept is good. They could do better. So tartini, you can do better. Because I've tasted better.
Step it up.
Tasted better with the same process. So that's tartini. Go check them out, and if you're in the area, go try. Maybe definitely the garlic knots are good.
Definitely try the pizza because we haven't tried
the pizza.
It. Because we love the garlic knots. The dough was good. Mm-hmm. It wasn't overly garlicky, so their pizza definitely would be worth trying.
Definitely. All right. So Garden Theater, as you guys know. We have a nice relationship with Garden Theater. We've been going to some of their shows. Well, they have given us a promo code for our viewers, or our listeners. That promo code is going to get you 15% off your tickets, which is awesome.
For Billy Elliot.
Yep, for Billy Elliot and for Flashdance. So Billy Elliot is running until May 26th of this month, and Flashdance... Let me pull it up here. Flashdance is running from July 5th to July 28th. So the promo code is OOOC2019. So if you go to gardentheater.org and you order your tickets online, you can use this promo code and get that 15% off. Now, if you buy your tickets at the box office, this is not going to work. You must go and purchase online. So make sure you go and use that. I know Stephanie is excited for Flashdance, the musical.
I am.
Aren't you? Oh, no.
I'm
You're
excited for Grease,
about Grease
but
next
that's
year.
too far away. But I did have a great time. We went to the ballet.
Yes.
So we didn't talk about this yet.
Oh, that's right.
Like
we did
last
go to the
month,
ballet.
I think.
This was really good.
They had like a limited edition 2-night showing of it was called Falling in Love. And I loved it.
And
I love the ballet.
This is by Orlando Ballet.
Yes.
Yes.
Orlando Ballet was performing at
Garden Theater.
And it was so beautiful.
It was good.
And there were some cute guys in there.
It was just I thought the music was
I
good.
loved the end where they were doing a little bit more contemporary, or a little bit more like it wasn't like
more contemporary.
I guess. Yeah.
And it was only an hour, which I really liked because we were in bed at
we get antsy. We can't sit very long anymore. Even when I'm in a movie, I'm just like, I'm like ready to get out of here.
Yeah. It was good. It was a lot of fun. It was much better than I expected because I've never been to the ballet. So I was like,
never. That was your first ballet?
Oh, you know what? I've been to the Nutcracker as a kid.
I love the ballet.
So, but I really enjoyed it. But Flashdance is coming up. Billy Elliot's still running, so grab your tickets for Billy Elliot the musical, and then Flashdance. And I think they said Flashdance there's going to be rain on the stage.
Oh,
so definitely check out Flashdance in July.
Bring your ponchos for the first row.
So let's talk a little bit about Party at the Point. So one of our friends invited us over to Party at the Point. I don't think that I knew about it.
I've never heard of it on all these years I've been living here in Orlando.
And it's like it's been
running. We go there we used to see movies. That's a place where we usually go when we see movies, to that theater.
So the location is Point Orlando, and Point Orlando is on International Drive, and Party at the Point is hosted by Visit Orlando, and we were able to grab tickets for this, and I thought the value was really good. Basically, the idea is that people in the service and tourism industry all kind of get together and mingle, and it's like a mixer. So the people that I saw were a lot, and I recognized one or two people there that I'd worked with in the past.
We were also trying to hunt out people that we've been trying to get a hold of.
Yes. These people are, they're working in the industry, and it's kind of like a mix and mingle networking type event, but anyone can buy tickets.
Yeah.
So if you are like, this is a pro tip, if you have a business and you are trying to get into people that are making decisions in travel and tourism here in Orlando, this event, Party at the Point, it's worth what I think it's like $80 to get in. We had a different rate than that, thankfully. But I actually think that rate is really a good rate, especially if you're trying to get around people in the industry here in Orlando.
Because it also came with food and drinks as well.
Oh, yeah.
So when you check in, they gave you, when you go to a convention, you get those big, ugly name tags that are like huge that you wear around your neck. So it'll give your name and then like the company that you're representing. And then along with that, excuse me, was a little booklet. And it listed each restaurant that was participating. So there were about 5 or 6 restaurants, and it gave you they each had like little samplers and then a few drinks. So each place you got 2 tickets for drinks, and so they also had raffles. So that kind of encouraged you to go to each location, and you fill out your raffle ticket, drop it in the bag, and they picked one from each restaurant. So at each place they had like some appetizers, and that way also you can, experience the food at these places if you've never eaten at them. What here at Marlowe's would you like? Those freaking nachos.
I was Stephanie was talking, which I hate when we do this to each other when we're looking at things while we're talking on the podcast, but I had to pull this up because this was my absolute favorite thing. So one of the restaurants that participated was Marlowe's Tavern, which I've never been to, but I kind of want to go now just to eat and try their food, because they had shrimp and crab nachos They were so freaking good. You wouldn't like it probably because of the crab.
Yeah.
But the shrimp.
But maybe I wouldn't have known. You know?
You might not have known.
Because it was kind of covered in cheese.
It's so good. So basically, it wasn't like the nachos, like messy nachos, like you're thinking. It was like all on one chip.
One chip. So
and
one
so
bite.
Everything was piled. Each bite of this was like, you know how nachos, like you get only like 1/4 of the chip, like has something. No, like every single chip had
and then the cheese was melted
stuff
on top to kind of seal in the meat so it didn't fall off.
It was
sadly
so
I
good.
was participating in a diet challenge with Kim and Josh at this point, so I didn't eat or drink anything.
You
Kim
were and Josh from episode 3, so go back and binge watch or listen if you haven't listened to Kim and Josh. We got to go back so that you can. I want to try more of their food.
So you were double fisting martinis because you had all my drink coupons.
Yes, I was double fisting martinis. I was double fisting these shrimp and crab nachos. They're so good.
And then they had the BB King's.
Let's see. Let's look at this list.
They had pulled pork.
BB King's was there.
The new burger place.
Hop Dottie.
Hop Dottie Burger Bar. They had like little sliders and like some garlic fries. Blue Martini did not have food. They only had drinks, but I think they had the best drinks because they were full size drinks.
They were full on, like they were mixing the drinks right there.
Tavern Opa. What did they have? I can't remember.
They had like a Mediterranean, like kind of simple food. But this was a great event. If you're interested, go research this event. I think it's once a year.
It's annual, yeah.
Yeah, it's an annual thing.
The weather was nice that night. It was a great day.
Yeah, definitely highly recommend the event. And it's just great to be around people in the industry and just kind of, get to see people and maybe run into some old faces, especially if you've been in the tourism industry here in Orlando. So definitely highly recommend this event, and thank you for the invitation. So the final thing we want to talk about is steakhouses you have to try in Orlando. So this is not like a top 5. Saying top,
and this is per recommendation or per request of our one of our listeners.
So we
shouted out to us and said,
yes, it was actually Tom who I mentioned.
He vacations here and he loves listening to our recommendations because he lives in the UK.
Yes.
So
I had on Instagram, on our story, I said, hey, let us know what you want to hear from us. And so Tom responded with, hey, do a list of steakhouses similar to how we did the list of bars.
Yeah.
So we've come up with a list. This is not a top list. This is just some choices. These are all places that we have been to in this list. Stephanie has been to two of them, and I've been to all of them because Stephanie's not much
a steak gal.
of a steak gal. But we also wanted a good mix in this list. So you're going to find different price points. And so here we go. So the first one, and this is in no order because this is not a top list. This is just places that you need to go and try. So Fogo de Chao, which is Brazilian steakhouse. Now, Tom originally in our DMs with Tom, he asked which is the best Brazilian steakhouse between Fogo de Chao and Texas Day Brazil. So
have you been to both?
I've been to both. They're very similar, but Fogo de Chao is a Brazilian chain. Like while I was in Brazil, you can see the Fogo de Chao's there in Brazil. So it's a Brazilian chain. So I kind of said, well, go with one that's like from Brazil, kind of. But they're both very similar, honestly. They both have really good salad bars. But
don't you have a pro tip about the salad bar?
I do. And
a lunch?
I pulled the pro tip up. So if you don't know anything about Brazilian steakhouses, is basically it's all you care to eat. You get access to a very nice salad bar. Fogo de Chao has a really great one. But then they also bring the meat around to the table, and you get unlimited meat. It's steak, it's chicken, it's all these different meats. So a really good value. I think it runs about $50 to $60. So you need to go there hungry. But I think that you get
And a pro tip would be don't fill up on the salad because then you won't have room for the meat.
Correct.
But they have lunch pricing.
Yes. So the pro tip here at Fogo de Chao is that during the week, they have the gaucho lunch, which is $15, and you have access to the seasonal market table, which is what they call their salad bar, and their feijoada bar. So included in this
What's
$15 feijoada is a bean dish. So beans that have meats in them. Beans?
Bathrooms?
It's an inside joke. So what's included in this is fresh seasonal salads, exotic vegetables, imported cheeses, smoked salmon, cured meats, fogo feijoada, which is a traditional black bean stew with sausage served with rice, fresh orange, and farofa.
Which, quite frankly, is a whole meal.
It's a whole meal for $15.
An upgraded salad like that.
This is great. But you know what? I thought it was during the weekdays. Yes, it's the weekday lunch menu. So,
and then look down here. It says if you did want to add meat, it's only $8 to $10, $6 to $10, depending on whether you want chicken, or piñecha.
Where are you reading? Picanha?
The noble cut of a sirloin.
Yeah, picanha. So this is great. I didn't know this either. So during the week, during lunch, it's $15 for the market table and feijoada bar. And like Stephanie said, you can add that meat if you want to do meat. I think the $15 is a great deal.
So for $21, you could have a chicken salad.
It's a freaking great deal. Awesome deal.
As opposed to $40 during the week.
Exactly.
Or in the evening.
Exactly.
In the evening.
Pro tip. And this place actually does participate in Magical Dining Month here in Orlando. So
Which
I think
is October, I believe.
It's September. I think it's September.
September.
Yeah. So you can do the full experience. I think for like 30. Now it's the price is $33. Yeah, $33. Definitely worth it, and definitely the best time to check it out is during Magical Dining. All right, the next one on the list, Stephanie and I have both been to, and we both really liked, and this is Steak on Fire.
And if you're with people who don't like steak, particularly, you can get chicken. I got chicken.
Exactly.
And they have other stuff, so.
Really clean, really fresh food.
This is more of I wouldn't say fast food, but it's like you go to the counter, you order, and then you sit and they bring it to you. But they make it fresh.
They make it really fresh.
You can see in the kitchen and you can see them cooking while you're waiting.
I just definitely, when I walked in there, I was like, oh, people care about this place. And this is run by Brazilians as well. So definitely highly recommend this one. And this is kind of your entry level. So you're going to probably be paying $15 for your meal. So pretty good. So the next one on our list.
And that speaks on the quality of the food. You know, they had different cuts of steak there too. So for being semi-fast food, they had like, I don't know the different cuts, but like sirloin, tips, whatever it is.
All the things.
All the pieces of meat.
So the next one is more kind of like a commonplace, but it's not so common now here anymore. I think we only have one left here. I don't know where it is exactly.
There's one over on 192.
I know this is Stephanie.
And there's one by the airport.
One of Stephanie's favorite places. I really like this place.
This is the place that has my favoriteest honey mustard in the whole wide world.
And their bread is really good.
Oh.
So this place is Texas Roadhouse. And yeah, it's a chain. I mean, Fogo de Chao is a chain, but yeah, this is much more of a chain.
And when you come in, you can actually pick your steak. Like you can look in a window and you can be like, I want that one, the one on the top.
Yeah.
And they'll mark it for you and you can eat that one.
This place is just good.
I like it.
And their bread is good. It's like drenched in
good
in
butter,
and then there's butter served with
the
it.
Cinnamon butter that they give you.
So the next one, we wanted to pick a place that's unique to Orlando that's in the attractions area, and that's Yachtsman Steakhouse. And I've been here a few times. This restaurant is really great. I know I've had Wagyu beef there before. Very good. I would say of the Disney restaurants, the signature, this is like kind of the higher end signature, what they call signature restaurant. This one would probably be the one where you find the least amount of kids.
I'm there for it.
In theory. Because, the kids are never far away at Disney World. But this is at the Yacht and Beach Club, which is a great resort. So you can go here, have your steak
Afterwards,
dinner.
take a nice little walk.
Take a walk, watch Illuminations, which will soon be gone.
Yes.
And it's just a nice environment. I've sat at the bar there before, too. They have a nice bar next door. So if you don't have a reservation, but you want to go kind of experience it or get a peek inside of it, you can go take a look at the bar.
You could walk over to the boardwalk and have ice cream at the Ample Hills Creamery.
Yes,
Woo!
Ample Hills, so good.
Oh, that ice cream.
Makes me want to go right now.
Is literally probably my favorite ice cream in the whole world. Even better than Ben & Jerry's.
It's a pro tip.
Yeah.
And Ample Hills is
what I thought. I didn't know it was a chain, but it is a chain.
Yeah.
And Ample Hills has specific flavors for each one of their stores. Wow. They have like one flavor. So if you're ever traveling and you enjoy Ample Hills,
try them all.
Go in when you see it and ask them what their signature flavor is.
I didn't know that.
And at the boardwalk, the signature flavor is Sally Sells Seashells, and I believe it's some sort of like creamsicle, beachy type of flavor. I don't know if I've had
that one. I'm going to have to try that one.
Yeah, that's the signature one. Only available at the Walt Disney's Boardwalk location.
Ample Hills is definitely a pro tip.
I just made I made the mistake of starting to follow them on Instagram. Oh, God.
On your personal account? Or
on my personal account.
It's real.
And they just did like this little contest where they were asking the viewers, like, what do you want our next flavor to be? And the one that won was called Breakfast Trash. And it's like 5 different kinds of cereals, like good cereals. And that's what makes their ice cream so good, is that, when you think about weird stuff in ice cream like that, you think like, oh, it's going to be soggy. It's not going to taste right. However they make the ice cream, like it just preserves all the things that they add to it, and it just tastes like a dream come true.
Their ice cream for me is like hard to describe. It's like, it's not
like their ooey gooey butter cake, and it's
just really well crafted.
Yes, well crafted.
It's well crafted. I don't feel like
the peppermint patty. Everything is mixed evenly. You don't feel overwhelmed by any one flavor.
And I don't feel like crap after.
Yeah, you don't feel like you're gonna die, like you're bloated.
I just feel good. Of course, I want to need water, because I always need water after
ice cream. I'm always get thirsty.
So the final place is on this list is the Capitol Grill, which again is a chain, but this was a really nice place. And I know Stephanie hasn't been here, but I've had steak here before, and I've also just gone to the bar, and I've talked about this on the podcast before. I just really like the environment of the Capitol Grill. It's really just like chill. The bar is really like dark.
Seems like someplace you would meet an old rich man who would want to take you home.
Maybe you should start going there. Old and rich.
just old enough so he can put me in the will and then die.
Definitely go and check out the Capitol Grill, even if you just stop in for a drink while it's at Point Orlando as well. So
have you ever heard of this? So I watched this trashy show called 90 Day Fiancé, and this woman was in an argument with her boyfriend about cutting steak on the bias. She was like, you have to cut it on the bias because that's what makes it most juicy.
There are certain ways you're supposed to there's ways you're supposed to cut their chicken as well.
Oh, I just never knew.
Yeah, I'm sure that we could watch some YouTube videos. But yeah, there's certain ways that you need to cut meat so that it locks in as much as possible.
That's
it locks
what she was arguing about.
Juices and stuff.
She was like, I used to work at a restaurant. You have to cut it on the bias.
Yeah.
And of course he thinks she's just pulling some crazy
it's not
girl
crazy.
Argument, but
it's not crazy. It's true. It's true. So the final place is the final place was Capitol Grill, but there's a place that we want to try. I keep hearing a lot about this place, and I think you've heard about it.
Yeah.
And I've always heard really good things, and that's Eddie V's.
Eddie V's.
Which is over on Sand Lake. So anyone who's been to Eddie V's, what do you think? Is that somewhere that we should go? I think they participate in Magical Dining too. So Eddie V's is pretty popular on Restaurant Row. They're on Sand Lake.
It always looks packed every time I even drive past.
Yeah. And they have it just looks really nice.
Yeah.
So that's our list. Let us know what your favorite steakhouse is, maybe that's not on this list, we'll, I'm sure, be posting about this week. So give us a shout out and let us know what your favorite steakhouse is. So that's it.
That's all she wrote.
That's all she wrote. That was episode 36. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Make sure to follow us on Instagram at Orlando Out of Context. Visit us at orlandooutofcontext.com. And then make sure you listen and subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and Google Play. Wherever you consume your podcasts.
Anywhere, anyhow.
All right, guys. Until next time.
Bye. That's exciting. Probably we should have recorded that.
Probably. Oh, I did record it.